chance. How's it going? Happy Winning Wednesday. Actually, it's Ash Wednesday, and that's what I want to talk to you about. I did another video yesterday. I took it down, y'all, because my chin, I said, oh no, the devil is a lie. I don't have two chins, and I might, but it ain't going to look like it. So anyway, ignore me and my vanity. But I wanted to talk to you seriously about Ash Wednesday in Lent, and just to explain to you what that is and to encourage you, right? Because not everybody's familiar. You hear a lot of people talking about fasting. You're like, what is that? So I'm going to teach just very briefly, give me about 15 minutes. So every year that I can remember, my church has participated in a corporate fast. And basically what that means is everyone in the church does some type of fast. They give up something, they do some type of service over the course of the next 40 days. So today is Ash Wednesday. And I think that actually originated with the Catholics. I didn't do a lot of research on this, but I think, I remember I went to Catholic church growing up, and we would get a ash put on our forehead. And it was, a ritual that we went through, or a tradition, I should say, more so. And I know they still practice that to this day. So anyway, Ash Wednesday is the beginning of the Lenten season. So it's a time where you spend with God and really sit down and commit to the next 40 days. I'm going to pray. I'm going to start each morning in prayer. I'm going to spend time in the Bible. I'm going to sacrifice whatever. And it's personal between you and God. So whatever you decide to do, if you do a corporate fast, I'll explain that in more detail, the different types of fast. But you might make some type of modification. But it's really between you and God. It's a personal commitment that you're making to God over the course of the next 40 days. Lent is observed by many Christians as a time to get closer to God. And, as I said, through prayer, through sacrifice, through penance. The season, as I said, starts today, Ash Wednesday, and it lasts, depends. Different churches do different things, but it's generally sometime in that week that's Holy Week, that leads up to Easter. So either Palm Sunday, I've seen some churches end on Thursday. I've seen some churches take theirs all the way through Easter. Whatever, end date, today is the beginning. So our corporate fast starts today and it goes through April 13th. I didn't look up the date to see what day that is. Matthew 4, verse 1 through 11 outlines the 40 days that Jesus abstained from food and water, and he was in the wilderness. And if you remember that scripture, during that time, he found clarity and strength. He asked God to remove this cup from him. If it's not your will, but if it is, what, God, I'll do it. So Jesus really went and prayed, and during that time, and similarly, that's what we do. But we do it more so. I don't know anybody that abstains from food for 40 days and water. But I'm sure there are people that do that, but we've modified it. So in Daniel 1, there is, it talks about where Daniel is abstained from eating meat. So he only ate fruits and vegetables. And that's a more common type of fast. I do throughout the 40 days, I will periodically, I don't do it every weekly, but I do periodically abstain for food and water. And I might do it from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or something to that effect. But again, as I said, this is your time to determine and make a commitment between you and God. So fasting is just one way to participate in Lent. Actually, I got ahead of myself. I'm sorry. So I talked about the different ways to fast. So you can do a complete fast, as I said, no food, no water for 40 days, or you can do the modification with just fruits and veggies. Now, you do want to consult your doctor if you have any health issues. So there are some that do just, fish and chicken. So just depending, you might have medications, whatever. I'm not a theologian, nor am I a doctor. So, do what's right for you. I just want to encourage that. Um, you know, too often we get caught up in what we can't have. So for me, this year I'm going all in. I have been carnal, I'll confess, and in the past I've had my chai. I might have Starbucks. I've actually perfected my chai at home though, so I don't go to Starbucks anymore. But I'm going all in, like I said. So I'm all in this year. I'm not doing any chai, but let me tell you about it real quick, though, sis, because after this fast is over, you get the Tazo black tea, right? And you put the Publix has this cafe, somebody, the Folgers makes them too, but I like the cafe one. Espresso little stick, you pour that in there, get you just a little vanilla powder and some oat milk cream. Vanilla cream. Girl. Y'all pray for me because it's going to be a struggle these first few days because, yeah, I had like 4 of them yesterday trying to prepare myself. But in all seriousness, those are the, some of the things that you want to focus on what you can have and what you can't have. So, you can have fruit, you can have any vegetable, you can have lentils, you can have black beans. I like some quinoa. There are so many recipes out there. So you're basically, for the next 40 days, you're going to be vegan. Yeah, vegan. And my daughter talks about me. She calls me seasonal vegan because sometimes after the fast, I won't go back to meat. If I think about it long enough, it just, especially with these prices and bird flus and all this stuff, yeah, I'm good on that. They and I are joking. We're going ready to start a garden and get some chickens. Anyway. So fasting is one way to participate in Lent. There are other acts of service, sacrifice, for example, refraining from cigarettes, or God deliver you if that is you, or profanity. Social media, that's one of the things that I'm going to include in my fast this year. Just refraining from social media. I just want to step away from all the negative energy and the validations, and so those are other things that you can do. Also, there is a fast from Target. There's a boycott for Target. It's targetfast.org, and basically for the next 40 days not shopping at Target. And if you haven't heard, Target rolled back their DEI program. And that's after committing at the death of George Floyd. A lot of corporations stepped forward and said they wouldn't tolerate racism, and they made commitments to invest in DEI programs. And as a result of this new administration, you're seeing a lot of companies now roll that back, and I just don't understand. So we're going back to where we were. But anyway, with Target specifically, they committed to so many millions of dollars that they were going to invest in the culture. That's why you saw not only Black history, but you saw all the, hair care products and clothing lines. That was all a result of their commitment. Now they've rolled that back. So me personally, I've shopped at Target ever since I can remember. I used to work there. That was one of my first jobs. But as a result of their, backpedaling, I can't spend money there either. So, that's $150 that I'm saving by not going there, because I spend at least $150 and more if I go inside, because it's that bad. But I can't do it. So anyway, targetfast.org is another way that you can participate. And you could, say no shopping. I've done that as well. Or need-based shopping, because you do have to shop, but need-based, not just going out on the impulse and buying 2 new chairs or something like I would love to do right now. But those are some of the other options as well. So again, as I said, it's personal between you and God, but take the time to spend with God and to discern, what's right for you to do. And you'll lose weight. more than likely during that's an added benefit. I'm going to also commit to doing a mile a day. So over the course of the next 40 days, at least 1 mile a day. So that'll be 40 miles at the conclusion. So I'm making sure that, I'm taking care of my temple. Those are some of the other options as well. But, this is a commitment and for a specific reason. So list those things out. The Bible says to write the vision, make it plain. So I believe in that. And so I'm going to spend some time journaling today, some of the things that I'm asking God. And, I'll share that it's no secret that I'm in between career opportunities. It's almost 300 days and your girl's ready to go back to work. Like ready, beyond ready to go back to work. So that, of course, is first and foremost. And then I want to get my finances back in order. They were in order for years. Now it is jacked up. I keep looking because there's people coming up and I'm expecting somebody. But anyway, so you just want to spend some time writing those things and watch God do it. Approach it with expectancy, right? So expect Him to do it. Miracles, signs, and wonders. That's what I'm expecting during this Lenten season. So I hope I've answered any of your questions and encouraged you. This is, something that children can participate in. Like I said, it could be something as simple as cleaning their room for the next 40 days, being nice to the little brother. But it is time to just watch God transform things. And not that He's just confined to 40 days, but because we're coming together, the Bible says we're to agree. And this is thousands of people that are agreeing, but Bay and I are doing this together. So I encourage you to participate. I'm believing God for a spiritual breakthrough, for nothing missing, nothing lacking, to see His glory manifest in my career. And I've seen Him do it, y'all. That's the thing. So I saw Him do exactly that in 2016. And I know I shared it before, but in case you didn't see that, that video, I was on a contract in 2015. I got a contract position. I pulled up the emails even because I keep everything, and I had the emails where the guy was just saying, this company, they need trainers. And I was like, okay, sign me up. And I'm thinking, is this fraud? Is it because there's so much fraud out there? And so turned out, I got a contract position for 6 months. I started in December, although everybody said companies slow down, they don't hire. Yeah, I was in a training class up through Christmas. And then after Christmas, they flew me out to Minnesota. And I was in Minnesota for like 3 weeks. And then after that, I got assignments to go train their new hires. The company that I was working for, they had bought another company, so they needed to train their employees on their processes. So they flew us in, trained us on it, trained the trainers, what they call that, and then we were flown out to different places. So the assignment was coming to a conclusion, but I wasn't worried. I was like, okay, God, like, I need to see you in this situation. I need to see you move in this situation. And I wasn't assigned to come to Tampa. I didn't have an assignment. My assignment was, I was in Ohio at the time. Woo, Ohio. I was in Ohio at the time, and my assignment was coming to a conclusion. And the lady that was over the program, she called me. And she was like, hey, thinking about sending you to Tampa. Well, my colleague was supposed to go because they had 2 of us in a classroom, but they had asked her to go to Tampa, didn't ask me. So I didn't take any offense to it. I'm like, okay, God, I guess I'm not going to Tampa. So they were like, well, we're going to change that. We're going to have you go instead. And don't discuss it with anything. And they were trying to get me to snitch on her. She was doing some stuff, but I ain't no snitch. That ain't my business. I'm not her boss. That ain't my business. So anyway, they sent me instead. And then prior to me getting here, then they told me, we've got a supervisor position in Tampa. So all of those things those balls started rolling during Lenten season. And, by Mother's Day, I was here in Tampa I stayed from, it was the week after Mother's Day actually, because I remember, but I stayed from Mother's Day through August, the end of July maybe. As I went back home, I flew back home and started packing. And then August 3rd of 2016, I was here and I had a career opportunity. And I believed God, because what I'm reading to you is what I wrote in 2016. I used to have a blog, and I believe God for his glory to manifest in my career, my finances, and the lives of my children. That's my prayer to this day, is that he do it. And he did it before. I know he'll do it again. So I hope this helps somebody. Feel free to go to Eastern Star Church. I'll drop it in the comments. There's a pamphlet there that you can print off. I know other churches have books and other things to encourage you. So there are a lot of resources out there. I'll share some of the things that I've reviewed with you. But, just get in where you fit in. This is definitely an opportunity for us to make a difference in not just to receive from God, things that manifest physically, but also that consecration, that time to just really hone in our relationship with God. So please share your positive feedback and any questions that you may have. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to share in my next video some of the recipes that I found that are really good. And it takes a minute to adapt, right? Because we are used to eating all that junk and used to drinking all that junk. So it'll take a minute to adapt, but your body will, and you will be so grateful. I have so much energy. If I didn't say it before, make sure if you do just fruits and vegetables, get your B12 vitamin. And they do have vegan B12 vitamins that doesn't have all the fillers, but you want to take that because there are things in meat that your body needs. Also, one other tip while I'm on it is to get your plant-based protein. So this is just in water, but you can also do it in almond milk if you want a little flavor. But those are ways that you make sure that your body gets protein, because you do need, I can't remember the exact number, I want to say somewhere around 100 grams of protein. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's usually my target. So you want to make sure that you're getting your protein. This is like 20 grams of protein, so 5 bottles of water. Or veggies do have protein, let me say that too. So you can have beans. Black beans have protein, quinoa has protein, so there are other ways. And like I said, veggies do, it's just not as much as meat. So you want to make sure that you take care of your temple. If you have any other questions, if you have any other comments, positive, definitely leave those. And thank you so much for viewing. Thank you for subscribing. And I look forward to sharing my testimony. Be blessed.